Alam mo na ba kung paano hanapin ang base, rate, and percentage? Tara, pag-aralan natin. Pero bago natin hanapin or i-compute ang base, rate, and percentage, kilalanin muna natin sila one by one. Ano nga ba ang base? Base is the original or total amount from which a part is taken or calculated. It is represented by capital letter B in this lesson. And rate is the percent that is applied to the base to find a part of the base. And this is also represented by capital letter R. And percentage, which is represented by capital letter P, is the part of the base that corresponds to the rate. Ibig sabihin, yung base ay ang amount na pinagmulan ng percentage. At ang rate naman ay ang nagsasabi kung gaano kalaking bahagi ng base ang percentage. So para maintindihan natin at para matutunan natin kung paano kilalanin ang base, rate, and percentage, let's take this example. We have in the statement 30 is 20% of 150. In this statement, 150 is the base and 20% is the rate while 30 is the percentage. Madaling ma-identify yung rate kasi merong percent symbol usually. O di kaya naman sometimes naka-decimal or naka-fraction. And that is the reason why meron tayong lesson of changing decimal to fraction, fraction to percent, and percent to fraction, percent to decimal. Okay, yun. Gagamitin natin yun dito. And then, since yung rate ay merong percent symbol, ang usual na nagkakabaligtad ay yung base at yung percentage. Kasi wala namang symbol si base, wala ding symbol si percentage. All of them or both of them are natural lang na numbers. Pero meron tayong isang indicator. Itong indicator na to dapat yung tandaan, isa siyang preposition. Na yung preposition na yun ay of. Itong of na preposition, after ng preposition na yan, yung kasunod na number ay usually siya yung base. So in this statement, we have 30 is 20% of 150. After ng preposition na of, we have 150. That is why 150 is the base in this statement. And then, yung natira, which is just part of the base, part ng 150, which is 30, yan naman yung percentage natin. Okay, para mas maintindihan pa natin kung paano i-identify yung percentage, yung rate, at yung base, let's take another example. Dito sa statement na to, 25% of 240 is 60. So kung mapapansin nyo, pagkatapos ng preposition na of, ang kasunod na number ay 240, kaya siya yung base natin. So 240 is the base and then obviously yung ating rate ay 25% and then 60 is the percentage which is just part of 240. Isa pa sa mga indicator, usually yung percentage is smaller than the base. Pwera na lang kung ang tinutukoy or kung yung rate natin ay more than 100%, that's the time na yung percentage is greater than the base. Pero kung ang rate natin ay less than 100% lang, yung percentage natin is always less than or smaller than the base. Pakitandaan yan. Okay, pero paano nga ba i-compute ang base, rate, and percentage? Yun yung main topic natin dito How are we going to compute the base, the rate, and the percentage? Pero bago tayo mag-compute, alamin muna natin yung mga dapat tandaan sa pagko-compute ng base, rate, and the percentage. Ito, to find the percentage, multiply the base by the rate. Madali lang pala. Multiplication lang yung operation. Imumultiply lang yung base at yung rate. Yes, madali lang talaga pag hinanap sa percentage. And the formula for finding the percentage is P equals B times R, where P is the percentage, B is the base, and R is the rate. So, ganun lang kasimple. Paano i-compute si percentage? Ngayon naman, how to find the rate? The rate, or to find the rate, divide the percentage by the base. Then, multiply the result by 100 and don't forget to attach the percent symbol. So, the formula for finding the rate is R equals P over B, where P is the percentage, B is the base, and R is the rate. And to find the base, divide the percentage by the rate. The formula is B equals P over R, where P is the percentage, B is the base, and R is the rate. At para hindi tayo mahirapang i-memorize yung mga formulas na yan, maaari nating gamitin yung sumusunod na triangle. Meron kasing triangle na makakatulong sa atin na i-memorize yung mga formula na yan. Lalo na dun sa mga nahihirapang mag-memorize ng formula. So ito yun. So kung nakikita nyo tong triangle na to, we have three variables. We have P, B, and R, where P is the percentage, B is the base, R is the rate. So unang formula is P equals base times rate or B times R. So ito si percentage, imumultiply lang daw natin yung base at yung rate, mahahanap na natin yung value ng percentage. And then kung titignan naman natin or kung hahanapin natin si base, we have B is equal to P over R. Pansin nyo dito, B equals P over R. Laging nasa numerator si P. P over R. And then for the rate, we have rate is equal to percentage over B. Ganon din. R is equal to P over B. Palaging nasa numerator si P. Okay, yung percentage, laging nasa numerator. Kahit ang hanapin natin ay si base or si rate, yung percentage or yung P ay laging nasa numerator. Magkakapalitan lang yung denominator na base at yung denominator na rate. Okay, I hope makatulong sa inyo tong triangle na to remember these formulas para ma-solve natin yung problem related sa percentages. Okay, so let's take some problems para mai-apply naman natin. What is 50% of 120? Okay, so solution. I-identify muna natin. Ako personally, sinusolve ko itong mga ganitong problem nung high school pa ako. Nilalagay ko muna yung given, yung base, yung rate, at yung percentage. I-identify ko ngayon kung ano yung base. Okay, so tulad nga ng sinabi ko kanina na yung base usually ay pagkatapos ng preposition na of. So ano ba yung number pagkatapos ng of in this given? 120. So base is equal to 120. And obviously, yung 50% dyan, wala nang iba kundi yung rate. So, ang nawawala natin ay percentage. Okay, so since percentage yung unknown, gamitin natin yung formula para sa percentage, which is P equals B times R. And that gives us, substitute natin, what's the value of our base from the given problem? That is 120, so 120 times the given rate is 50%, substitute 50%, and that is equal to, kopyahin lang natin yung 120 times. Yung 50% ay hindi natin pwedeng i-multiply directly doon sa 120. Diyan na natin i-apply yung lesson natin na changing percent to decimal. Kasi kailangan nating i-change yung percent into decimal before we can multiply or divide. So this 50%, when changing to decimal form, magiging 0.50 or 0.5 na lang. Okay, I hope naaalala nyo pa yon. And then if we are going to multiply 120 by 0.50 or 0.5, the result is 60. And therefore, 50% of 120 is 60. Para nyo na rin sinabing kalahati ng 120 ay 60. Tama nga naman. Okay, let's try another problem. 9 is what percent of 45? Ilang porsyento ba ng 45 si 9? Okay, so tignan natin. So again, identify muna natin yung base, rate, and percentage. Meron bang number pagkatapos ng of na preposition? We have 45. So the base is 45 and then yung rate, may nakikita ba kayong number dito na may percent symbol? Wala naman. And so we can say that the rate is unknown. And then the percentage is 9, which is only part of 45. So percentage is equal to 9. And then since ang nawawala dito ay yung rate, so gamitin natin yung formula for rate. Rate is equal to P over B. And then substitute natin the value of P or the percentage here is 9. So substitute 9 over the value of B is 45. And then when we divide 9 by 45, the result is 0.2. You can verify the answer using your calculator. Maybe nagkamali ako or just comment down below if ever may mali. And then So 0.2, again, ang hinahanap natin dito ay rate. At kapag sinabi nating rate, usually that is in percent form. Yung sagot natin ay naka-decimal form. What are we going to do? Convert natin siya into percent form by multiplying this 0.2 by 100. So multiply natin. We have 0.2 times 100. Mag-move na lang tayo ng decimal point twice to the right. So we have 20. And don't forget, i-attach natin yung percent symbol. Pagka walang percent symbol yung rate mo, yung 20 na yan, iba yung meaning nun. So don't forget, make it 20%. Therefore, 9 is 20% of 45. Okay? And then next tayo, another problem. We have 18 is 60% of what number? Okay, solution. Identify muna natin yung base, yung rate, at yung percentage. Ngayon, meron bang number after ng preposition na of? Wala. Kaya nga tinatanong siya, what number? Meaning to say, unknown dito yung base. And then yung rate natin, obviously, that is 60% and the percentage is 18. Yung 18 ay bahagi lang ng number na hindi pa natin alam, which is the base. Kaya nga natin kailangang isolve. And the formula in finding the base is B equals P over R. And substitute natin, ano yung P natin or yung percentage? 18. So 18 over, yun namang rate natin ay 60%. So 60% is the denominator and that is equal to, bring down lang natin yung 18 over. Before we divide 18 by 60%, kailangan din natin siyang i-convert into decimal. Okay, so 18 divided by yung 60% magiging 0.6 na lang yan kasi i-move natin yung decimal point ng 60 twice to the left. That makes it 0.6. And if we are going to divide 18 by 0.6, the result is 30. Therefore, 18 is 60% of 30. Okay, another problem. Similar problem ng mga ganitong problem kasi lumalabas din yan sa mga exam. Even sa mga board exam, lumalabas yung ganyang tanong. Okay, so 24 is what percent of 60? Okay, so solution. Identify ulit natin yung base, rate, and percentage. After ng of na preposition, anong number ang kasunod? 60. So the base is 60, then the rate is unknown. Kaya nga yung tanong, what percent? And aside from that, wala tayong makikitang number na merong katabing percent symbol. So the unknown is the rate. And then the percentage is 24, which is only part of 60. And then since ang unknown natin ay rate, use the formula in finding the rate, which is R is equal to P over B. Substitute natin, the value of P is 24, so we have 24 over the value of B is 60, so over 60 yan. And that is equal to, pag dinivide mo yung 24 by 60, the result is 0.4. And that is, wait lang, yan na ba kaagad yung sagot natin? I think hindi pa. Bakit? Kasi rate yung hinahanap, so our answer must be in percent form. Mas madali kasing maintindihan pag naka-percent form kaysa naka-decimal form or naka-fraction form. Okay, so i-multiply natin yung 0.4 by 100, so move lang natin twice to the right yung decimal point, so that becomes 40. And don't forget to attach the percent symbol. So we have 40% as our answer. Therefore, 24 is 40% of 60. Ganun lang kadali. Okay, madali lang talaga, lalo na kapag ganyang uri lang ng mga tanong, parang one statement lang, hindi word problem. Madali lang hanapin si base, si rate, at si percentage, and vice versa kahit magkabaligtaran pa kung ano yung unknown. Pero subukan natin, i-apply natin yung knowledge natin sa percentages sa problem ng totoong buhay. Okay, let's try some problems in real life. Halimbawa, ito. Michael is a basketball player who took 200 shots in the season. If he made 45% of his shots, how many shots did he successfully make? So solution tayo, o eto na. Gagamitin na natin yung skills natin sa pag-identify ng base, rate, and percentage. Sulat natin dyan. Dito, yung base, wala naman ng mga, hindi na natin magagamit yung palatandaan ng mga of na preposition kasi situational na to, word problem na. Pero makikita naman natin dito na si Michael, na basketball player, ay gumawa ng 200 shots. So yung 200 shots na yun yung kabuuan, yun yung total. Kaya masasabi natin na siya yung base. And then, dito, walang pinagbago si rate. Meron pa rin siyang percent symbol. So, 45% is the rate. Ibig sabihin, ang nawawala dito ay percentage. Kaya nga ang tanong, how many shots did he successfully make? Kasi 200 shots yung ginawa niya, pero 45% lang nun ang pumasok. So, ilan yung successful shots na nagawa ni Michael? Sige, tingnan natin. We have the formula for percentage, which is P equals base times rate, and that is equal to, substitute natin. The base is 200 times the rate is 45%, and then bring down natin yung 200 times, i-change muna natin yung 45% into decimal para ma-operate natin yung equation. And so, 45% becomes 0.45, and multiplying 200 by 0.45, the result will be 90. Therefore, Michael made 90 successful shots out of 200 shots na ginawa niya. 90 doon ay pasok. Okay, so that's one application. That is one of the applications ng concept ng percentages in real life. Another problem. We have Lovely saved 150 pesos, which is 30% of her total savings. What is her total savings? O eto na, solution. Yung base rate and percentage, identify muna natin. Ang tanong sa problem is total savings. Kanina, define natin yung base na siya yung total amount. Kaya nga, yung total savings na hinihingi dito ay siyang base, which is unknown. Kaya nga hinihingi sa problem. And then yung rate natin, obviously that is 30%. And then yung percentage or yung bahagi ng total ng kabuuan ay 150 pesos. So that is equal to 150. Okay, and since ang hinahanap natin dito ay yung total savings or yung base, kailangan lang natin gamitin ang formula for base, finding the base. So, B is equal to P over R, and that is equal to, substitute natin, the percentage is 150. Lagay natin dyan si 150 over. Yung rate natin ay 30%, and then that is equal to, bring down 150 divided by 30% will be converted into decimal, so it becomes 0.3 or 0.30. It doesn't matter. The result will still be the same. So, 150 divided by 0.3 gives us 500. Therefore, Lovely's total saving is 500 pesos. O diba, ang galing, ang daming application. Marami pa sa mga kasunod nating videos. Okay, pero meron pa tayong mga examples pa. Mga ilang examples na lang. A soccer team played 30 games in a season and won 18 of them. What is the team's win rate? Okay, so solution. The base here is equal to, ilang total game ang sinalihan nila or nilaro ng soccer team na to? 30. So the base is 30. And then, ang tinatanong, what is the team's win rate? So obviously, ang unknown sa problem ay yung rate. Kaya unknown, question mark muna ilagay natin dyan. And then, percentage is, out of 30 games, nanalo sila ng 18. Okay, so percentage is 18. And since ang hinahanap sa problem na to ay rate, so use the formula in finding the rate, which is R equals P over B. Substitute lang natin yung mga given. We have percentage is 18 divided by the base is 30. And if we divide 18 by 30, the result is 0.6. I-verify niyo yan sa calculator kung talaga bang 0.6. Or maybe you can perform the long division method tulad nung mga naipakita ko sa mga naunang videos. And so, 0.6 is a decimal form. Yung rate kasi usually mas madaling maintindihan kapag ka naka-percent form. So we are going to convert 0.6 into form. Multiply lang natin ng by 100 and then attach the percent symbol. So move the decimal point twice to the right and so it becomes 60%. Therefore, the team's win rate is 60%. Magaling tong team na to kasi more than half, more than 50% yung winning rate nila. Okay? So that's it. I will give you one more example, yung may konting twist. Okay. So this one. The class of Mr. Loayon is composed of 45 students. Of these, 40% are males. How many females are in the class? Okay, so solution. We have the base, yung total number of students ko ay 45 and then yung rate natin na given dito, 40% are males. And then yung percentage ang hinahanap. Pero eto let me explain to you. Kasi yung 40% dito, ito yung rate for males. Pero ang tinatanong ay females. So ano gagawin natin? Meron tayong dalawang possible solution para ma-solve tong problem na to. Okay, so una, gamitin muna natin yung rate ng males. So gamit yung rate ng males, hanapin natin yung percentage. We have P equals base times rate. And that is equal to, ano yung base natin dito? 45 times the rate for males, we have 40%, and that is equal to 45 times the decimal equivalent of 40% is 0.40 or 0.4. And pag minultiply natin yan, it will give us 18. So yan yung males. 18 yung males sa klase ko mismo. Pero ang tinatanong kasi dito, how many females are in the class? So what are we going to do? Lagay natin, number of females is equal to 45, yung total number of my students, minus 18. And so, pag minus natin yung 45 by 18, the result is, 27. Okay, so 27 yung babae. So, nasagot naman na yung problem, pero meron pang isang step or meron pang isang paraan para masolve yung problem na to. The same formula gagamitin natin. P is equal to base times rate. Pero this time, yung gagamitin natin, the same base kasi same class lang naman ang tinatanong, pero yung rate na gagamitin ay 60%. Bakit? Kasi kung 40% yung males, syempre, 60% nun ay females. Okay? Kaya ang gagamitin natin dito ay 60%. And that is equal to 45 times 0.60. And multiplying 45 and 0.60, the result is 27. So directly, nakita na natin how many females are there in my class. Okay, so kailangan lang ng analysis. The same is true sa mga ibang problems. Kailangan, wag padalos-dalos. After you were able to identify what are the rate, the base, and the percentage, hindi ibig sabihin nun, masasagot nyo na kaagad yung problem. Balikan nyo yung tanong at intindihin yung mabuti kung ano ang hinihingi ng problem. Yun lang para hindi tayo magkamali. Okay? So, subukan nyo yung understanding nyo by means of answering this question. And comment down at isulat nyo lang yung mga sagot nyo sa comment section below. I-review ko, titignan ko kung sino sa inyo yung may tamang sagot. Okay, thank you so much and have a nice day. I hope you learned something from this lesson. Bye-bye.